I'm Denise Thompson, and welcome to my YouTube Tuesday series, where every Tuesday I try to upload a new snippet of information about some aspect of effective proclamation. So thank you for being here. Today's topic is characters. Now, characters are essential to a story, and it's vital for the proclaimer to understand who they are so that we can properly portray them. So our first job is to identify the characters and to understand their role in the reading. Because after all, these characters are real people in the Bible. They are our history. They're part of our faith and our heritage. So first, identify the characters. Who are they? Where do they come from? Why are they in the reading? And why at that place and time? And what about their relationship to the other characters in the reading? How do they feel about what they're saying? Why do they feel that way? What are their attitudes? What are their intentions? Do they mean to provoke, instruct, inspire, comfort, encourage? And what's their personality? Are they powerful? Are they conniving? Are they understanding? What is it about them that makes them special? So we need to understand who they are so that we can properly color them in our reading so that people can really appreciate why they are in the story. Now, I hasten to add that as we study characters and we think about how to portray them, always remember that when we proclaim, we're not acting. This is not a performance. We're just merely trying to add some color and inflection to make us good storytellers so that we'll be even more engaging. Now let me tell you about two of my favorite characters, and I want to demonstrate through this story why it's important to read the whole story and not just the passage that you have been given. So let's go now to the first book of Kings, where you see Elijah and the widow from Zarephath. If you just study the passage in the lectionary, you'll just be talking about food and resources and trust, which of course is the crux of the story, trust. But it's so much more than that. And if you read and understand the full story, then perhaps your feeling toward that character or your understanding about that character will be more fleshed out, be more appropriate. So let's just focus on the passage that's in the lectionary. So it starts when Elijah arrives in Zarephath, and he sees this widow there, and she's picking up sticks. And he asked her to bring him some bread and water. And she tells him, I only have enough left for me and my son to eat one more time, and then we're going to die because we don't have any more food, and there's a drought. And Elijah says, okay, I understand, but do it anyway. And she does. And then they go on and they live for a year, and things turn out okay because they trusted. They trusted in God's plan, even though the widow didn't really know what it was. Now, if you read the whole story, then you'll see, wow, this is amazing. And then you'll understand more of what's going on. So if you go to before the passage begins in the lectionary, you start at the beginning, you'll see that Elijah, who was a prophet that lived, like 900 and something BC, lived at the time of this really bad king named Ahab, and he was married to Jezebel. And Ahab was really bad because he introduced idols to the country and had people worshiping them, and he killed two of his sons, and he let everything go to pot. And his wife Jezebel wanted to kill all the prophets in the land, including Elijah. And so Elijah was hiding, and he was at this brook. Oh yes, God was so upset with Ahab that he brought drought upon the land, and it didn't rain for 3.5 years. So Elijah's hiding, and he's trying to stay alive, and God's sending food to him through ravens, and he's drinking water out of this brook. But then the brook dries up, and then God tells him to go to Zarephath, which was way out of his way, is somewhere around where Lebanon is today. And he said that there is a widow there that will provide for you, will provide food and water for you. So then Elijah enters, and that's when he asks for food and water, for bread and water. Now, if you didn't know this, what would be your attitude toward Elijah? Would you think he was pushy or demanding or tired or weary? And what would you think about the widow? would you think she was sad or resigned or maybe even combative or submissive? So in any event, then we go to the reading and she brings in the bread and the water. And then at the end of the reading, after it ends in the lectionary, you'll see that yes, indeed, they did provide for each other for a year. And the widow's son dies. And she says to Elijah, after all you've done for me and after all I've done for you and the Lord, I've done everything that's been asked of me, and now my son is gone. So Elijah pleads to God on behalf of the widow for her son, and God restores his life. And that's the end of the story. So if you knew the whole story, you might portray them a little differently in terms of your feelings toward them than if you just read the one passage. So think about that, and thank you for all you do. God bless.